The Department of Transport, alongside the South African Maritime Safety Authority, are joining the rest of the world to mark the Day of the Seafarer. The day aims to increase awareness amongst the general public of the world's more than 1.5 million seafarers who, their contribution is made into the well-being of the whole world. Now, for more on this day, I'm joined by Khomotso, who is a marine engineer. Khomotso, thank you so much for joining us on National Seafarers Day. Can you just, for those who don't know, tell us what a seafarer does?
Firstly, good day, everyone. My name is Khomotso from Makgae, Mososejane village. As a marine engineer or a seafarer, what we do is marine engineers, we maintain the ship, we do the services on the engineering equipment, and the main thing that we do is to transport goods from one country to another, from one port to another, daily.
And that's quite an interesting and very important job that you need to do, because that contributes a lot towards the economy of many countries.
Yes, it does. It does contribute a lot, because we, as seafarers, or all the ships, we transport around 90% of the goods around the world. So it means for the economy to rise in each and every country, they need us as seafarers to do the job.
What would you say are some of the challenges that are faced on a daily basis by seafarers across the globe?
The challenges that we have, the other one is, the first one is the ladies on board, they get problems. Men do try to use them and all that. And the other challenge we have is being at sea for a very long time. For example, in 2020, during COVID time, I was at sea for 8 months. So from January until August, I was at sea. And my son was born in May, and I was not around. So it happens to us that we do miss important events from our families. That's the main challenge that we have, is being away for a very long time.
And that must be quite challenging, especially for young people who are trying to grow families like you're mentioning now. But you made mention of women that are on these ships for the longest of times. Do we even know what the ratio is in terms of how many females are seafarers in relation to men, especially in our country being South Africa?
I don't really know the ratio, but I'll just talk about my experience or where I've been. Most of the ships, the ones that I joined, you will find that we only have 2 women and 18 men. So most of the time it's 2 or 1 or 3 of them. So they are not a lot at sea. So the challenge that they have is that they have no one to talk to, because they are not a lot. So what I would like to say to SAMSA is to continue, because I know they are doing this, to continue encouraging young ladies to join the maritime industry.
Now, Khomotso, COVID-19 came at a time where none of us were obviously prepared, and as seafarers, you must have had your own set of challenges with regards to the job that you did during such a time. What sort of memories do you take out of the 2 years being out at sea at the height of COVID-19?
The first one is the certificates and the paperwork that we had to do before we joined a ship. The PCR tests and all that, they took a lot of time from us, because before you join, you had to do a lot of things, not like before. And again, most of us, we had to stay at sea for a very long time, because we couldn't sign off. We couldn't come home, because most of the countries, they said they cannot sign off people from the ships, like from a certain country. If a ship is from a certain country, then you want to sign off on another country, they would say your ship is from a country which is a red zone. You cannot sign off in that port. So there are some seafarers. I signed off. I stayed 8 months. There are some seafarers who stayed 12 months away from their families because of COVID.
And did COVID then create a new way of doing business or doing work as seafarers for the future? Did it change how you did things?
Yes, it did, because we started to take more precautions on our lives and on our health whenever we are at sea. When we are ashore, we make sure that we don't get in contact with other people. And when you are at home also, you have to take care of yourself, because if you are positive, you couldn't join a ship. It means that you cannot provide for your family, because if you don't join a ship, you don't get paid. You stay at home, then you cannot provide for your family. So it taught us that we need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of our health.
Most certainly. And today being the 25th of June marks International Seafarers Day. Why do you think it's important for us to celebrate this day?
This day is very special to us because we sacrifice a lot. We stay away for a very long time, so that most people at home can get their goods and all this, like to improve other people's lives. Because people who order things abroad, when they come to South Africa or they come to any country, they get to be distributed and families gain from that. So us as seafarers, I think we are very important to be celebrated, because we make that possible for everyone to have whatever they want in their countries.
Well, I mean, we're closing off Youth Month. How would you want to maybe just give some advice to young people who would want to get into such a career, and also just educating the country in terms of the work that Maritime does and its role with regards to what we do as a country? What parting ways would you have, especially for our young South Africans?
What I would like to tell our young South Africans is that seafarers are there to deliver everything for them, to have a better life. And again, young people, mostly the black people, as I am here, I'm very proud of the seafarers which I'm with, which I work with, which stays in my province, because what we do is that we go to the schools, we talk to the young people, we inform them about the career, and we also motivate them. We also make them know that there's life out of South Africa, there's life out of their comfort zone in their community. And again, what I would like to say to young people is that anything is possible as long as you work very hard, as long as you are determined, as long as you have that will, or that fire that pushes you to get whatever. For example, I've been to more than 70 countries so far. And as a black child from a village, it's a surprise to many people. But what I would like to tell young people is that it's possible. They can be whatever they want.
Khomotso, thank you so much for joining us and for that input. It's been a very interesting discussion around seafarers, and we wish you a wonderful International Seafarers Day.